Good morning. It is great to have you with us here at Unity. We are journeying into that amazing power and practice of prayer today. So join us in that inner journey. And on the way, supported by beautiful music and thoughts and presence, I invite you to touch deep within and acknowledge the magnificent spiritual being that you are.
Good morning. Please stand and join me singing. I'm in the right place,
in
at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place, at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place, at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place, at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
I'm in the right
place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Joy gives me everything I need.
Thank you, Mitch Monroe, our song leader for today. And bringing us her phenomenal talent in song is Ronnie Ong. Of course, backed up by who? Fusion. I'm so delighted to welcome you to our service this morning. My name is Sheila Gautreau, and I'm one of your ministers here. I would like it if we could just turn this way over to the cameras. We've got some friends watching online, so let's say good morning. Good morning. I'm almost tempted to do that little song that I did in elementary, so, good morning to you. Never mind. If you are new to Unity, I'd like to offer a very special welcome to this amazing ministry. It is a positive path for spiritual living. It is a journey to the heart of God that lives within us and is the source of all that we could ever imagine, that creates an amazing life, the one that we wish to live into. We are open and receptive to all people. We honor and embrace all religious traditions. There are many paths to God, but one God, and we honor the many paths. As we begin to prepare to step into our time of prayer and meditation, I would like to invite you, if you are willing, to reach into your pockets or your purses, grab those cell phones or anything else that rings, dings, buzzes, or beeps, and put them into off, quiet, vibrate, or stun, whichever one works, so that we can have a wonderful experience together. And because Unity is founded on prayer, for over 125 years, our Silent Unity has been praying with millions of people all over the world, 24 hours a day. We also, in our Unity centers, bring the foundation of prayer in all that we do. This affirmative prayer is the way that we offer our opening statement. Let us say together our opening statement. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. And breathe into that through our hearts. If it's easier, place your hand on your heart. Breathe into that truth. And again, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. And we hold it even more closely and allow it to penetrate even more deeply into our being. And extending it outward into the sanctuary, extending it outward into the world, that all may feel the power of this truth. And once more, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. How wonderful it is to know that this is so. And so it is. Together we say, Amen. Please remain seated, stay within your heart, and join Mitch in our next song.
Bring me back to center. Bring me back to flow. Now my soul surrenders. Peace is all I know. Bring me back to center. Bring me back to flow. Now my soul surrenders. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. In this
this moment I am whole. Peace is all I know. Bring me back to knowing. Peace is letting go. Love is overflowing. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. In this moment I am whole. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. Peace is all I know. In this moment I am whole. Peace is all I know.
Taking that deep breath through the heart as we journey further into this beautiful place of prayer. As Terry shares with us this blessing from our heart ministers.
Prayer for divine perfection. As we witness the chaos in our Congress, the upheaval in Great Britain, response to decisions of our Supreme Court, and the ongoing battle within our political arena, we stay centered in our hearts and hold strongly within us the energy of divine perfection. We see the members of our Congress putting aside personal agendas and coming together for the highest good of our nation. We see the members of our Congress we see the people of our nation supporting the decisions of our Supreme Court, whether they agree with it or not, and desiring only divine perfection throughout our land. We see our candidates moving beyond attack and to the movement towards a mutual desire for divine perfection, to bring forth healing, prosperity, peace, and comfort for all. We see divine perfection playing out for Great Britain, and a decision that supports and uplifts the entire nation. We behold, dear God, your divine perfection, always and in all ways. And so it is.
Taking that deep breath as we behold that divine perfection. And coming into that gentle place within the heart. Gently letting go. Knowing this divine presence that is everywhere and everything. We surrender and move deeper into our hearts, and let the music be part of that guide to the very center of our hearts. One with that infinite love that is God. I awaken because this is a time of awakening. But we have come here that this infinite love might call us into full awareness of its presence in and through us and our lives, and of the beautiful creative power that flows through each of us. Mother, Father, God, we are so grateful to awaken and experience your presence as beauty. For we experience the beauty of mountain and ocean and flowers and birds. We hear their song, we see their flight, we behold this beauty in the smile of a friend. As we experience your presence. We experience your presence. In the radiant life that is all around us and within us. We experience the vitality within our bodies. The alertness and capacity for thought and reflection and understanding and revelation within mind and heart. You are this life that fills every person who is such a blessing to each of us. You are the vitality, the beauty of their spirit, the wisdom that unfolds. You are the wonderful life that we experience each moment. And you are the love that calls us into compassion, into understanding. The love that connects us with the beauty of nature, with the exquisite spirit within each being dear to us, and with the beautiful peace that is your presence within our hearts. And in this moment, we give ourselves to that peace. We find your presence in stillness. Gently we let go. From that place of peace, we touch the stillness where we are simply one with the one, guided by the words of the Master. Peace, be still. Peace, be still. Peace, be. Father God. Infinite love. Beloved presence. We're grateful that you flow as this power that we feel and experience as love. It's flow and moves through our being, and that we have the gift of directing this beautiful presence and power. And so we radiate our love to uplift and bless. We send it first of all into our own bodies, calling every cell and system into wholeness, touching mind and heart, awakening to full and vibrant wisdom and understanding. We radiate this beautiful love from our hearts, sending it to each one who is dear to us, lifting, guiding, blessing, nurturing, healing. This love flows through our hearts across a spiritual community, bringing harmony, wisdom, blessing into every life. And together we embrace every prayer request brought here, knowing with each you are enfolded in divine love and lifted to that which is the highest. And this beautiful divine love, as it flows through our hearts, it flows from this humble place across the communities in which we live, across our nation, and on to touch the people of the world, calling forth wisdom, calling forth peace. We radiate this divine love. It joins with all who join us in prayer, whether in mosque or synagogue, temple or church, whether gathered at home or on the hillside. For in seeking to know you, beloved presence, we are all one. And this flow of our love we send about the earth, that it might touch the heart of every single person in the earth. For beloved presence, you are that love in every heart. And in this love, we are one. Divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. Please join me. Divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. And again, divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. Feeling that beautiful love, uplifting all. Once again, divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world.
I am.
Beloved presence, I am grateful for the love and the peace. And so it is. Amen.
not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. 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 I am not the wrongs that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. 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 I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. All light is all light. All light. I am 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 divinity defined. I am God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light. I am light. I am light.
Thank you, Bronnie. Good morning. My name is Jennifer Hooker, and it's my pleasure to highlight a few of the many upcoming events here at Unity of Walnut Creek. There are many exciting ways to enjoy your summer here at Unity. This Wednesday, learn the amazing transforming power of your heart as Reverend David teaches you the wisdom of heart math. Our annual Tacos del Sol event is the second Saturday in July, sponsored and hosted by our fabulous men's group. And tickets will be available on the patio, in the book center, online, and also at the door. Our spiritual learning classes begin the second Monday in July, and there will be 3 inspiring classes for a 4-week session. Gather your quality items that no longer serve you and put them back into circulation the 3rd Saturday in July, and you can drop them off the Friday before. You are invited to the 5th annual Jazz on the Lawn, Mardi Gras, the last Saturday in July. Enjoy the music of the St. Gabriel's Celestial Brass Band and Zydeco dancing, and tickets will be available in the book center or online. And to find out more about these and other wonderful activities, please consult your bulletin and or our website. And until you hear the gong, please enjoy taking a short moment to greet the people immediately around you.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful.
I went up to the mountain because you asked me to. Up over the clouds to where the sky was blue. I can see all around me, everywhere. I can see all around me, everywhere. Sometimes I feel like I have never been nothing but tired, and I'll be walking till the day I expire. Sometimes I lay down, no more can I do. But then I go on again, because you asked me to. Some days I look down, afraid I'd fall. And though the sun shines, I see nothing at all. And I hear your sweet voice, coming and go, coming and go, telling me softly, you
Oh, thank you, Ronnie. Beautiful. I had the experience a couple weeks ago of being back at Unity Village. And when I'm there, one of the things I get to do is wander into a little place called Silent Unity and hang out real quietly for a while. And when I was there, I was in this place of prayer, this unending prayer, as Sheila mentioned, for 125 years, and millions of people every year calling, writing, connecting. And I realized how much the experience of prayer has changed in my perception over my years. You know, I can remember being a little boy and, doing prayers at night. And in those prayers, I was, asking God to bless Mommy and Daddy and, all those kind of things. And, what I was doing made sense to me then. Because, I asked my mother and father for things, and they took care of that. And so there in that experience of prayer, I was asking something like mother or father, but we called it God. And I figured it was probably fairly being-ish, like mom and dad. And the result was that being would take care of things. And then I got a little older. And, confession time, a little more skeptical along the way. And I began to look and realize maybe things weren't quite like I figured it as that little boy. But I want to acknowledge that there is a tremendous amount of wisdom in the child's prayer. Remember the experience of a father being at prayer with his son, and it was a Christmas time, and the family was there, and everybody was there, and it was just a real high energy time for this little boy. And so they were doing the blessings at night, and suddenly in the middle of bless Mommy and Daddy, and the little boy shouts out, "And thank you, God, for my bicycle for Christmas." And the father's kind of surprised and says to him, "Why did you do that? God can hear you." And he said, "But Grandma has a hard time, and she's in the next room." And I think he'd figured something out. We learn and change our perceptions as we grow. And when we begin to look at ourselves as spiritual beings, a lot shifts. Suddenly, we are in a co-creative role in what we create. And so our experience of prayer begins to move into that place where we, in that prayer experience, move from the supplicant into the creator. And one of the things that was so inspiring to me when I came across Unity was what we understand is kind of the founding experience that Unity grew out of, the healing of Myrtle Fillmore of terminal tuberculosis. And it was an experience of prayer. But there in Silent Unity, I found myself going back and remembering that experience and how different prayer became as I began to understand that. So look, Myrtle Fillmore wrote down her process, and so I want to just share a little bit of that with you as a way of a wise woman, a spiritual being, praying for the healing of her body. Now, in it, what she realized was that as a spiritual being, she was a creator, and that she could create that in her life which she desired. So she begins to do this by intentionally directing the cells of her body. And some of the language that she shares is this: I told the life in my liver that it was not torpid or inert, but filled with vigor and energy. I told the life in my stomach it was not weak or inefficient, but energetic, strong, and intelligent. I told the life in my abdomen that it was no longer infested with ignorant ideas of disease put there by myself and doctors, but it was all athrill with sweet, pure, wholesome energy of God. Now think of that. Here we're talking about this experience of tuberculosis, the difficulty in breath and breathing in the lungs, a thrill with the sweet, pure, wholesome energy of God. Think of that as you take a breath. That every cell there, a thrill with the sweet, pure, wholesome energy of God. Take that breath. Think of that experience. Every cell, a thrill with the sweet, pure, wholesome energy of God. Take that breath. Focus on that intention, that awareness as a spiritual being, and for the cells of your body, of your lungs, of your breath. Join me. A thrill with the sweet, pure, wholesome energy of God. Again, a thrill with the sweet, pure, wholesome energy of God. Take a breath and feel that, and let's do it again. A thrill with the sweet, pure, wholesome energy of God. That's something to breathe, isn't it? Now that's a little different than the please God prayer. It's powerful, isn't it? Because as spiritual beings, we have this amazing capacity to direct and create what happens in our lives. And she goes on, I love this experience of vision. She says, I told my eyes that they did not see of themselves, but they expressed the sight of spirit. And they were drawing on an unlimited source. I told them that they were young eyes, clear, bright eyes, because the light of God shone right through them. What a sense of vision. My eyes are young eyes, clear, bright eyes, because the light of God shines right through them. Join me. My eyes are young eyes, clear, bright eyes, because the light of God shines right through them. Again, my eyes are young eyes, clear, bright eyes, because the light of God shines right through them. That's a little different, isn't it? Yeah, the beautiful, beautiful power of prayer. And then there's this other thing that she shares. She says, I did not become discouraged at their being slow to wake up, but kept right on, both silently and loud, declaring the words of truth until the organs responded. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes I go to prayer like aspirin. You know, I want to take it and I want the thing changed and the headache's gone. Okay? That's sometimes my relationship to prayer. And, and then I remember not to become discouraged that they're being a little slow to wake up. We're creating. We're bringing, what's happening is we're actually bringing the spiritual template of our being, the spiritual pattern of who we are, which exists in its wholeness and its power at the spiritual level of ourselves. And we're receiving it. We're opening to receive it into manifest form, coming in. And it's the same whether it's in the wholeness of the body, in harmony in our relationships, in abundance in our material world, in peace within. All that's given in its wholeness. That's the real nature of who we are. So prayer is a way that we say, okay, I choose to let that part of my being, that potential of my soul, that fullness of my soul pattern, to express in me here, now. I have a number of us got together a couple weeks ago, and one of them was a Unity minister from Vacaville, Dahlia Adams, and she was sharing an experience. Her little dog was ill, and she wasn't able to get it to the vet. There was some reason to wait for a couple days. And the little dog was having a real rough time, and so she brought it to the church where she worked and had it there with her. And a group called to schedule, when they could use the church. And it was a group of people that are focused on prayer and energy and transformation. And so she talked with them about the schedule, and then they said, anything I can do for you? And she said, well, actually, yes, this is my little dog's having a hard time. And would you focus your prayer on my little dog, when you do your things? And they said, sure, we'd be glad to do that. So she's sitting there, and in a little while, suddenly her dog gets up and begins to walk around and sniff at things, and she's surprised. This is a real change. And then it gets kind of tired, comes back and rests, and she feels good about that. And what happens, she notices about an hour later, the same thing happens. The little dog kind of gets filled with energy and gets up and moves around, and then in a little while it comes back and it rests. And then she, at the top of the next hour, the same thing happens. The little dog gets up and feeling good and goes around, and then comes back and rests. And she thought, well, that's kind of interesting. It was unusual. She didn't quite know what to make of that. And then the people got their schedules figured out and called her back. And she checked. She said, I asked you to keep my little dog in prayer. She said, when did you do that? And he said, what we do, we have this group, and we pray at the top of every hour, and so we do it, or, on that particular time and that day. And she said, well, it was kind of interesting. She says, at the top of the hour, there, my little dog was feeling much better and got up and moved around. But then she said, the same thing kept happening at the top of the hour for several hours. And the fellow explained, he says, well, when we put you on our list here, we include in, we send it out to all our groups, and kind of, as we hit each time zone at that time, then each one spends their time in prayer and for everything on that list. And she was seeing that effect. Now, it was so interesting to her because she had an objective instead of a subjective perception of an impact going on there. Now, I have this problem. I'm cursed with the how does that work question. Okay, there are people here in this room who don't have that curse, who are just saying, it works, I love it, I use it, I don't need to know how. And for those of you, just sleep for a moment. And don't bother yourself with how, but I kind of have to look at the how. What happens? What happens at that group of people praying is impacting that dog? What happens that Myrtle Fillmore is changing what's happening in her body when that is a degenerative disease that nobody knows how to reverse at that point in time? What happens? Well, there's this understanding that as a spiritual being, you are one with this amazing life force that moves through our bodies, that directs, that is intelligence, that is in fact directing the unfolding of every cell. Now, some of that moves through chemical pattern and structure and DNA pattern and structure. But there is also intelligent direction of each one. And we do it all the time. We move our bodies, we change what we do, we make choices and decisions that affect it. But we're one, we aren't separate. So when we take hold of that intention and we fill it with power, with the power of our prayers, that which is attuned to the very nature of our being, and that's a little different than the frustration, I'm pissed off, it isn't that way yet. Okay, that's its own kind of prayer, but I like the other one. Okay, when we do that, when we make that connection, that is creation. And we create within our world. Now, sometimes I get a look at what I'm creating, and I'm not always real pleased with it. Generally, it's about news time. And I kind of go into this place where I enjoy the judgmentalness of my nature. And then sometimes I think, you know what, there's another alternative here. Yeah, it's called prayer. Because, you see, we are connected. And what happens is we can send out and set a higher pattern to exist. That's what we were doing here with our the blessing that Terry showed with us this morning. But I want to add something to it. Okay, in my years, my experience of the most powerful prayer there is simply to feel love for someone. Simply to feel love for someone. That experience carries the power and the highest intention of that infinite spiritual presence in which we play. So I'd like to just take a moment, if you join me, and let's actually do that for our world. Okay, there's so much going on. You know, one of the challenges we have, along with one of the blessings we have, is we all have this mind thing. You know, and our minds get caught up in ideas, and when those ideas are different, the mind tends to forget our oneness. And so it tends to divide. And there's that within us which really seeks a greater unity and harmony for ourselves and all of humankind. So let's create it. Join me in just sending love. And let's just send it out across our planet. Start with our families. Wow, within our families, just loving the people. Feel the love. As you feel that, can you touch a peace? Is there a sense of peace when you feel that love? Loving your family. A beautiful, powerful prayer. And now let's just extend it on to families everywhere around the world, children and moms and dads, and some are families of harmony, and then some there's conflict, and some there's fear, some there's lack, and in all of them there's growing. So just send that love to every one of them. And as you do for a moment, hold them in perfect peace. And now the people in their world, in their communities, all the activities and the kinds of thoughts that go this way and that way, and some are enlightened and some are struggling and some are afraid and some are just awakening. Feel your love for them all. You have that much love. Feel it. Gently feel that peace. This is what we're here for. This is the work that every one of us came here to do. Spiritual beings creating a greater world for all. Let that love, that beautiful love, flow through your heart. Divine love flows through my heart. Join me. Divine love flows through my heart. And again, divine love flows through my heart. And again, divine love flows through my heart. And as it does so, it enfolds and blesses our world. Peace is at this moment. Bless you.
Ask everyone to please take a connection card from the seat pockets in front of you. And we invite each of you to take a moment to fill out this card. And with the card, you can request prayer support for someone or something in your lives. In addition, our heart ministers are available after the service for that wonderful experience of personal prayer support. And they are the ones wearing the lavender stoles. And at any time, you could submit a prayer request from our website. Our spiritual focus this week is divine love flows through my heart. The ushers will receive your card with the offering toward the end of the music. It's time for our prosperity celebration. For credit card donations, there are envelopes in the seat pockets, in the seats in front of you. And for those of you watching at home, just click on the donate button on our Watch Live page. Unity's co-founder Charles Fillmore taught that our spiritual connection opens us to God's abundance expressing in our lives. He said, "Be thankful for every blessing that you gain and grateful for every demonstration as if it were an unexpected treasure dropped in your lap. This will keep your heart fresh, for true thanksgiving may be likened to rain falling upon ready soil, refreshing it and increasing its productiveness." I invite you to take your tithe or offering in your hand and be aware that God is the source of all your good. Please repeat with the affirmation, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
Where the moon comes up tonight. I'm going down to the river where the moon comes feel like I'm losing. Down to the river, 'cause the river keeps moving. Down to the river when the moon comes up tonight. Gonna take my worries to the water and wash them away. Gonna take my worries to the water and wash them away. You know that cool, cool water's gonna soothe my soul. Cool, cool water's gonna make me whole. Take my worries to the water and wash them away. Tells me everything will be alright. Something tells me everything will be alright. You know, sometimes it hits you hard, knocks you down. Sometimes it lifts you right up off the ground. Something tells me everything will be alright. The moon comes up tonight. I'm going down to the river when the moon comes up tonight. I'm going down to the river. I feel like I'm losing. Down to the river, 'cause the river keeps moving. Down to the river when the moon comes up tonight. I'm going down to the river. I feel like I'm losing. Down to the river, 'cause the river keeps moving. Down to the river when the moon comes up tonight. We are marching in the light of God. 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 We are marching, marching, we are marching, marching, we are marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching, we are marching, marching, we are marching in the light of God.
All right, let's bless these beautiful beings together. Children, you are loved, special, and important. The light of God shines through you. And let's take hands and share together our prayer of protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God
the love and the light and the peace in the earth right now. So let it shine and have fun.
Everything will be alright. You know, sometimes it hits you hard, knocks you down. Sometimes it lifts you right up off the ground. Something tells me everything will be alright. Up tonight, I'm going down to the river while the moon comes up tonight. I'm going down to the river, I feel like I'm losing. Down to the river, 'cause the river keeps moving. Down to the river while the moon comes up tonight. I'm going down to the river, I feel like I'm losing. Down to the river, 'cause the river keeps moving. Down to the river while the moon comes up tonight.